So if you're kind of curious as to how I go about choosing my selections of what engines I'm going to build and whatnot, it's pretty simple and easy process, right? Availability of parts, what parts I already have on hand, what card is that I can potentially put it into, how much money it's going to cost me, all that stuff. Now, despite the fact that I have been given multiple gifts, it's usually only one moving part. It's not the entire thing. It's a set of pistons doesn't immediately transform and equal an entire engine swap, right? Or a turbo kit, or a new shell to put all those said things in together, or dyno expenses. All right. So when I was talking the other day, I was about me being one guy, only one person. It's not just about the labor side; it's about the money. So, if in regards to the K20A3 with the A2 pistons, I am doing the big brother version of that. Now I know most of you are smart enough to understand this, right? I'm doing K20A3 block, K20A3 crank and rods, with Type R pistons and an 88mm bore. That's the same exact setup, bigger bore, higher compression pistons. So we're going to see a version of that run. Why would I choose not to run the A2 version? Is it a viable build that's cheap that you can do, that'll make some decent horsepower on the low side? Yeah. But if I have an option of a 250 horsepower engine or a 180 horsepower engine, which one do you think I'm going to go with, right? And the reason why I'm rating that A2 replica so low is because I'm not willing to spend a lot of money on bolt-ons. We just had this discussion with Edgar's block the other day of why it made on the lower side of the power, not the higher side, because the bolt-ons weren't there. And again, to remind you guys, I told him not to spend too much money in that, right? Just in case we were going to decide to go K for the next build or whatever. So I am not willing to spend several $100s on an intake manifold, so just to prove what I say is going to work. My estimations on number of horsepower are usually pretty close to the fucking mark, right? When it comes to NA. And on turbo, you just got to push enough boost through it to make the power, right? So, if you guys have a special request, if you have a specific engine you want to see me build, that you want to see all the way to completion, I will do an estimated sheet for cost of the entire project, and I will post it, and then you can go to my PayPal or Cash App, and you can send me that money, and I promise you 100% that car will get built. So that way you can see the dyno numbers off that engine. Otherwise, just wait around for somebody else to buy it, you buy it, or maybe just never see it. I would love to do obscure builds for the channel. Eventually I feel confident I'll get to that point where I'll be able to. But in the meantime, I have to pick and choose for what I'm going to build for myself. And as far as what other people buy for me, I can't force anybody to buy anything. So, yeah, that's it. That's all there is to it. You guys want to see something specific? I don't give a shit about what your desires, wants, and needs are if you're not going to be the one paying for it. I'm just going to choose whatever the fuck I want to choose, or maybe I don't. And then maybe I build 5 or 6 more engines and I put them on the side. Who gives a fuck? I'll run it when I want to, or I'll sell them when I want to. I like building engines. Just because I build the engines doesn't mean you're going to see it run. It's not necessarily the case. I do whatever I can, whenever I can. And the reason why I build engines sometimes and stash them is because you never know when somebody's going to want to buy one. I know people who own shops, who have big, successful shops, that have fresh engine builds that they have stashed on their side that have been there for years collecting dust. Someday somebody buys them. If not, they sit there and collect dust and look pretty. That's how I feel about it. I like building engines, so I'm not gonna not build them just because potentially it won't sell. I'm not gonna always wait for somebody to request for something to start building. It would be nice to get a phone call like, "Hey, I want this engine." Be like, "Oh, well, great. I can sell it to you right now." And I'm sure the person who wants to buy will be happy about that too, because it's already on the side. So as more engines get built, as more go out, then more people will request things, and then these engines that I have on the side will be ready to go. If not, well, it's all right. A matter of time before I either give it to a friend, give it to somebody I want to, or I use it myself, or not. Who cares? It doesn't matter. But if you're not contributing, you can't really fucking talk shit about me not doing anything, if you're not doing ponying up money for me finishing a project. Thanks, guys. Peace.